Hello, everybody. I'm Michal, and this is the gateway to the beauties of the unity consciousness and unconditional love. And I wish you a happy Lionsgate 8-8 portal. And I was thinking today about what I would do differently than any other days, because again, I was guided by my friend as well, encouraged to do something that I didn't do before. And it came to me also by numerology, the 1111, that it might be a good idea to share more publicly some of my dreams. And those dreams in particular have a lot to do with the preparation for the first public contact, you know, the extraterrestrial first public contact. I don't know if you are aware of that or not, but there is this agenda going on, benevolent agenda, which is giving us hints how we can prepare, what we can do to get used to the idea and to attract those positive timelines to crystallize this and to get ready. And what they said, and by they I mean the Sasani extraterrestrials and Yahiel, and the Yahiel are actually those who will be performing the first contact. What they said about the physical contact when I asked in my one-on-one session with Ryok was that the first contact always starts in a dreams. So you can typically imagine those kind of dreams as a kind of what is happening in the first place. When you are sleeping, your multidimensional self has experiences that don't fit into the physical reality, and therefore your physical mind, your brain, it cannot interpret it. That's why we don't remember most of our dreams, mostly. But sometimes when you wake up, just in that moment, your physical mind tries to interpret what happened there using the symbols that you have and that you know and that you are familiar with, and then for an example, if you were on a spaceship and you were part of this gathering of beings and there was some sort of exchange of information, instead of a spaceship you can see a school bus, and instead of the gathering and the huge setup that you cannot imagine right now, maybe you will see a school or any other gathering. And that's kind of very specific and typical for those first contact experiences, where they are entraining you to get used to this idea. And the more you are aware of those dreams, then if you realize that this is something what could happen, and that the only thing is that your mind is now interpreting it the way you are familiar with, the more then it grounds into the physical reality. And especially if you then journal it, then you ground it even more, and you become more and more attuned to actually perceiving even the non-physical levels. So I have also friends who are already in the state when they are more active and in their lucid dreams than during the day, very often. And I'm in groups where they can describe how all those children that are being raised there for us to come to Earth eventually, how they look like, what are their names that we can use to symbolize them, because they don't use names, they use telepathy. But and what are their favorite toys or games, and it is always such a joy to connect with them. So I wanted to share some of my dreams where I thought it was kind of hilarious as well. Uh, one of those dreams was, I remember, I actually was aware that I'm on a spacecraft. I was on a spaceship, and there were two other beings, and one was similar to this being that is what Bashar is supposed to look like, according to them. And why I have those cutouts is basically that was one of the exercises that we were supposed to do to get ready for the first contact, to print this out, put it behind the window, and then in the darkness kind of get used to the idea that there might be somebody who doesn't look entirely human, and see what it does to our body. But I wanted just to show you what approximately the beings looked like in my dream, in this particular dream. And there was this hallway, as you would see like in a Star Trek or somewhere, on the spaceship. And then there were these iron beams kind of supporting the roof. They are not typically there, but in this case they were there. And what happened was that this being was kind of talking to me, not really talking, because again it's telepathy, so it's all mental, but it was clear to me enough that, hey, okay, so I can choose either to go this hallway like straight like you do, or I can go through there, and for me it's obvious choice, up there, right? And there he just jumped up and squeezed through that little tiny hole between the bar and that roof, and went through that way, and he had so much fun with that. And I was just laughing because it was so funny that something for us, like why would I do that? For them it's like, yes, exciting, fun, adventure, like let's explore this option. So it is always to see how different their way of thinking is. So that was one of those dreams. I had many, but I will just share two. This was one, and the second one was from today. uh, and it was again school set up, where I could see like literally one of my schoolmates from a gymnasium that where I was, and then one of those teachers. And I don't know what lesson it was, but I could see the posters on the walls with different geometrical symbols and planetary symbols. And then there was one with Jupiter, that my schoolmate actually pointed out, like, hey, look, there's this Jupiter, and it is the second time I see it. And then suddenly the entire physics of that room changed, and the floor started lifting and to the side, and then I started kind of sliding with the chairs to the side. Then it changed again, and then I started sliding to the back, and the teacher was like, nothing is happening. So then I kind of raised my hand. I said, hey, Mrs. Teacher, I'm not sure that this is supposed to be happening to the classroom. And she said, yeah, you're right, then let's go out of this room. So we went outside of that room, and what I could see was that the entire it felt like if the reality is not solid, like if it is fluid kind of, and if you imagine like a blanket, and that you have an object under the blanket, that it kind of creates this bump, and these bumps started kind of emerging from the solid objects. And I was just looking at it like, what is going on? And then suddenly a being would emerge out of nowhere, kind of crystallize out, almost like out of a portal. And it was like this beautiful lady, and it was clear to me that it was an extraterrestrial lady, and very wise. And I don't remember much about her, but the teacher was talking to her a lot. And the teacher was somehow particularly good in spotting and being aware of where the beings are, even if I couldn't see them. So I could see only those bumps in the physical matter happening, and then the teacher would just take a blanket and just throw it seemingly into the air, and it would land on something invisible for me, and then a being would crystallize under it. And then when she put the blanket away, there was another girl. And in one particular case, this beautiful young lady came, and she had like this ponytail, very very well tied in, kind of in this I don't know how to describe this shape, interwoven ponytail. And she looked at around, and then she spotted me and looked at me, and she said, oh my god, and she was so excited, and she ran away sorry, not they ran away, ran towards me, and she kissed me. And I was so surprised. I had these feelings like, first of all, wait a second, she likes me? Why me? Oh, really? And but at the time when she kissed me, it was like so much love I could feel. I was like, oh, I want more, you know. And then she kissed me like 3 more times, and then she said, and the fourth one you have to deserve, you know, kind of jokingly, very jokingly, because they know that it is not. No, you don't have to deserve anything. The love is just given. So that was like amazing encounter that I had right there. And when this starts happening, I know that these encounters are kind of a real thing. It's not just a dream, because first of all, the Sasani by themselves tell me this is how we plan to attune you to get, so you can get used to us, to our frequency, to our vibrations. So when we meet finally physically, it is not so much of a shock for you. And it also appears in my meditations when there is like more exercises that were given to us by Bashar, and the latest one was that we are supposed to imagine like the specific spacecraft landing in front of us at a specific place, and to touch it and see how it feels again, to get the to get to the idea how, and the vibration, and get used to it again, that this could happen really. And for me, it doesn't end there, because I can't hold it just for the ship. I always feel the beings inside it, and because there are spacecraft, the more advanced one, they have this ability to make any part of the wall of those spaceships transparent, either one side or two side. It can, you know, it can look like a solid thing for you, but they can see you, or they can make it completely transparent. And the children are very playful, so they would make some part of the ship transparent, and then they would just make faces at me, and just and stick their face on the, kind of on the glass, or their butt cheeks, you know. They don't care. It's just so much fun with them. And every time when they make me laugh in a meditation or in a dream, I know that this is genuine, because this is what they are all about. They are all like, why do you worry so much? Uh, they are all just love and bliss. And I wanted to share this with you, just that this is something that can be real. That this is just one way of how the first contact experience can come about. That one of the ways how they by themselves said that this is actually what is going to unfold in the dreams first, so they can get to physically later. And with this, I would like to kind of ground this dream work that I do into the physical reality by this video as well, and also to share this with you, that there is a very positive and exciting future coming and I would say in the near future, because what they said is that the public open contact could happen as soon as in the year 2023, which is very exciting for me, because for me that means that it's a proof of the fact that we are raising our vibration enough, so we are getting ready for for the incredibly high vibration that they are in, and that things are actually changing to better. And it doesn't matter how it may look like, that it is just kind of a reconstruction, you know, there can be temporarily a lot of mess, but in the end of it there will be like that beautiful renovated house. So that's what's going on. And I would like to just leverage the ever energies of the portal of the 8-8, which is the Lion's Gate, when the Sirius is aligned with the sun as well, in the Leo. And of course there is a new moon today, so again, new beginnings and new cycle. So just to expand it, and to just send this love and joy that I experience to all of you as well. So I hope you have found this a little bit interesting, and that you find it at least a little bit exciting as much as I do. And I wish you all a beautiful day, and have fun, enjoy, take care.